Beauty is one of the most celebrated aspects of life, but when beauty and brains combines, this is usually lethal to any subject. Eveleen Mingoye holds this lethal weapon in her hand and great spiritual values on the other to combat the monster poverty that has been constantly glaring at her people with an ugly look.
I was born in a small village in Kisumu County, and went to school in Kisumu as well. And then after I finished my high school, I went to Mombasa for a while to hustle as a waitress, just to, after Form 4, then I came to Nairobi when I was now planning to go to school, to the university. And there was this, I stayed for a while, like 2 years, and then there was this competition. So a friend of mine who I was trying to sing with, we were doing kind of collabo, not the real collabos, but when you're in the hood, can you do something, So he told me there's something going on about Miss Eastlands. There's an audition which is upcoming, and I saw it. You can try. With your looks, your confidence, I think you can try. And then I was like, how? Just to me, how can I even think of competing just from the village to Mombasa to Nairobi? Let's not waste time. Then he told me, no, never say that, and never say never, just go and try. I went, and I was actually the best during the audition, because also I had an idea of modeling, so I used to do the stuff, and my sister was like, what's with you? Your walking style, just walk, and so I became the best. I had an A, 82%. So that's how I became Miss Eastlands. And since then, I've been involved in major activities like not forgetting our heroes, especially those who are now down, vulnerable children. I'm advocating for children, we are balancing gender, not girl child, but both, because even boys, they have issues. And especially when they are sexually relating issues.
Step by step, she elaborates her journey into charity work, including her target groups.
My dad passed on when I was 11. We were left with mom. I'm not from a small family. By then I had 4 brothers. One passed away in 2013, our last born. Being that my mom was a housewife, we were only depending on our dad, the late engineer Mingoye, may his soul rest in peace. Life was really difficult, and no one wanted to chip in to assist us. Dad died when I was still in primary school. So then later, mom got really sick. She almost died as well. She really got sick. People were waiting for her to die, but we thank God she didn't. So we really suffered, and some people had different interests. Now that your father has died, you have issues with school, etc. Someone just wants you to get married at 16. I was supposed to get married at 16. Yeah, someone told me, instead of saying, yeah, you will get pregnant, get yourself a husband. And they brought me that husband. I cried. Mamangu alipiga nduru and chased them away. The lady came first, came again and again. So, but now I'm advocating for all these people. I don't even judge people who get married at a tender age. What really inspired me is how I was brought up and how I yearned for people, even the people surrounding us, to at least see that these people need help. No one came. There's a girl who was 12. In 2016, she was in a certain primary school in Eastlands. This girl was staying with her mom, her little brother, and her stepfather. So her mom came with her into this marriage. The little brother is the biological son to the stepfather. So this man started sleeping with the 12-year-old girl when she was 11. This is one of the saddest stories I came across. The girl was really in pain, and she was so alone. Then one day, she told her mom. Do you know what the mother did? Instead, the mom just beat her up and warned her not to mention that thing to anyone. Unataka niende wapi, niende wapi na hawa watoto kishaanza kusema hivi.
The charitable organization of Miss Eastlands Nairobi provides opportunities for advocacy, education, and recognition for young women and girls who want to positively impact the community.
Eastlands is wide, and a large population lives in Eastlands. Like 3/4 of Nairobi population live in Eastlands. We have about 12 constituencies, that's Eastlands. In the whole of Nairobi, there are 17 constituencies. But Eastlands alone has 12 constituencies. Some partly are not, but almost all of 12 constituencies. Now, we have middle class, we have poor, we have low class. The most vulnerable, they live in the slums. In Nairobi, the only slum which is well known is Kibra. Well, Kibra is not in Eastlands. But if you look at other parts of Eastlands, we have slums which are more pathetic than even Kibra. Like for example, if you go to Mathare, even in Kayole, Korokocho, Mwiki, Mukuru kwa Njenga, Mukuru kwa Ruben, do you know people die every day and you don't see? I managed to take a few girls to a vocational training. A few of them, more than 10 at least, went through beauty stuff and they're earning really well. Sometimes they're like, hey, nikununulie soda. I'm like, iko wapi, you see? So that's one of the biggest success. I've been doing peace building. We have another office in the Dios compound next to Mama, the DCs, next to Mama Lucy. We hold peace meetings at least every week. We also have a program, SILC, it's called SILC. SILC is Saving and Internal Lending Groups. With the donation we get from stakeholders, NGOs, individuals, and everything, we identify how, we are not going to feed these mothers forever. How do we stop the situation? I can't be giving you food. We need a sustainable. We get to plan. First of all, we select, we plan, and then we manage. Then we train them. There is a team of Miss Eastlands organization that specializes in training them about business and etc. So with them, if you feed them for 6 months, like a vulnerable lactating mother, when we feed them every day, for a period of 6 months, I'll have to know who she is. I already know her capability, what she can do, what she can't do. Then I'll ask her, I'm not going to feed you forever. What can you do as you? She will give me a list of even 20 business ideas. Then we will select how much, how are you going to do it, how are you going to manage it. Then we give them grants.
The organization also nurtures and fosters partnerships with like-minded stakeholders with a view to achieving its objectives.
I have some partners like Joma organization, they have been supporting. We have Kwedu, the Eastlands Farieto, they have supported the Eastlands Twaweza, and the individuals. We also have a pay bill number. We've been asking people, requesting people to donate. Then even 10 shillings is a lot. If I get 10 shillings, that person will not go to pick things from the rubbish, At least if I had another 10, I'll be able to get mask for one person. Sanitary pads. We get donations. Some, like I tell friends not to give me money, but give me an item. You call me, I'll pick. If you can deliver, the better. Because when I come to pick one pad, it's going to be more expensive. You donate a pad, you save a girl from sleeping with an old man to buy them pads. This thing is happening. This is not PR. It is happening and it is real. The Prakash, the Indian community, They brought me food. I really appreciate you, Mr. Prakash, and the team. They brought it themselves, and we went to the ground, and we gave almost everyone that was there food, because you know, when people hear there's food somewhere, we also have people on the ground. When we are bringing food, we coordinate with them so that they make sure the ground is on food. So when we got there, some other people also had this food. So we had, okay, of course, you can't feed everyone at a go, but at least we are trying. The Prakash brought us really good food, and even sanitizers, soaps. People were very happy. If you look at our website, we update anything that we do, you will see. Congestina, all of us here, we know what has been happening to her. This girl has suffered, and I really felt bad for her, especially when she was someone who flew our flag really high. Then right now she's forgotten in the village alone. She's on and off the hospital. Not that we can't afford to treat congestina. I thought about it and talked to my office and my advisors, and they said it's really a good thing. I left Nairobi personally. I went all the way to Gemiala. After it was on media everywhere, people were seeing me doing the congestina fundraising, her ambassador. Everyone was calling me. There's a psychiatrist hospital in Chiromo. I don't know, I've forgotten its name, but there's a lady who offered to treat congestina for free. But it did not happen.
Tuko poa. Tuko sawa sana.
Shwari?
Shwari sana. Sawa poa.
Unaweza tukikupeleka unaweza beat mtu. Niko sawa, niko strong. Niko good. Uko good. Niko good. Unaweza chapa mtu vibaya. Ilale.
Some people are happy seeing congestina the way she is, and that's why I did not manage to take her to India. Yes, I didn't manage. The fund drive plan I had was so perfect. I had almost everyone on board, and it was going to be live, but it did not happen. It was turned to some boxing match or for other people's gain.
There's always light at the end of the tunnel for they that strive to keep the fire burning.
As she is going to make it, and it will be very wonderful.
We're going to have a food bank in a central place, then food pantries in each and every constituency. How are we going to do it? How are we going to get the food? We would like to partner with the supermarkets. We'll have something like a rack branded Miss Eastlands organization, or donate something for a vulnerable lactating young mother. Remember, this young mother is 14, I'm older than this, and she's already a mother. So when you go to shop, you can have a shopping worth 10,000 shillings. But when you drop one unga, a packet of unga, or even a packet of rice in there, at the end of the day, you're going to feed a family. We will not be having cases of throwing kids in the dumping site. You see the leading groceries and the supermarkets, that's what we are going to request them, if they allow us to just put a rack. If there's someone who will come out, maybe if the vulnerable lactating mothers allow us to show you their videos, we will do.
In her final remarks, she shares her words of advice.
Some people don't have people to talk to them. And if there are any volunteers, any psychologists, anyone who can volunteer to come out and talk to, some of them are really going through a lot. They need therapists. They need people to talk to them. If at all, we are our brother's keepers. Let us not be selfish. Donate even 20 shillings. Spare 100 shillings out of your 10,000 and save a life. The same way you feel bad when you see a newborn baby in a dumping site, that is the same way you should feel that if I donate these 20 shillings, that kid will not die, and he might become a better person who will even sponsor the whole society or whoever, we don't know. But we need to save lives. Let us not sit down, blame leaders or anything. We are the leaders or the tomorrow's leaders. Let us do it ourselves. And in Eastlands, the population is very high. And a good number of people, 3/4 are not working. There are no jobs.
Wherever there's a human need, there is an opportunity for an act of kindness and to make a difference. Choose to be that change agent in your small way. You may never know how powerfully it may change someone's life forever.